Oh, gee willikers.
Hello, I'm Holly Stewart, as you may already know, and for my informative speech, I chose to learn and now teach you guys about the Festival of Holi. To be honest, when I was looking around and then when I chose this festival, I thought this holiday was pronounced Holly, which is the big reason I chose to share about this practice. If you saw my last speech, you know I love my name, and I selfishly thought this holiday was named after me. As you can see, I made a PowerPoint presentation to go along with my speech. This slide shows the difference and realization I made as soon as I started researching this holiday. Holly, holy, holly, holy, holly, holy. The first thing I'll say is why some people celebrate this holiday, and then I'll tell you who celebrates it, and finally how they celebrate it. This is a picture of Holi, celebrated by hundreds of people from all over, gathering to celebrate the Festival of Holi. As you can see, they celebrate it with lots of bright colors. The Festival of Holi is also known as the Festival of Colors or the Festival of Love. There's a mythical story that is told that goes like this. Once there was a king who told everyone that they must bow down to him. But there was a brave boy who decided he would not pray to the king. The king tried to scare him, but it didn't work. The king got mad, but he came up with a plan. The king's sister had a magical power. She could sit in fire and would not get burnt. So, the king came up with a plan to put the boy on Holika's lap and see if he would burn. But what happened was Holika disappeared and the boy did not get hurt. In this instance, good overcome the evil because the boy survived and Holika did not. The main reason I share this legend is because the main idea of the Festival of Holi is to show that good always wins over evil. The boy was too nice to be hurt by the evil king. As a Christian who grew up in the church, I've heard a similar story all of my life. As Daniel chapter 3 tells us, King Nebuchadnezzar told the entire city of Babylon to bow down and worship him, or else they would be thrown into a fiery furnace. Daniel and his 3 friends did not worship King Nebuchadnezzar, they worshipped God. In return, they were thrown into the fiery furnace. But they all came out alive. The main idea of Holi is good overcoming evil. This is in Hinduism and is rooted in the next story of a king whose name I cannot pronounce, but is on the screen. This king was an atheist whose son did not want to follow him, and he told everyone that he had to follow him. His son Prahlad was deeply devoted to worshiping the Hindu deity Vishnu, and the king was angry that his son worshipped the god over him. According to this story, the king Vishnu appeared as a half lion and half man and killed the king. In that way, good conquered evil. This holiday is mainly celebrated by the Hindus, but this holiday is also celebrated by people of all ages all over the world who believe in the same message: good triumphs over evil. This holiday is said to have started several centuries before Christ, around the 4th century. This holiday is celebrated in the 12th Hindu month called Falguna, which is between February and March in the English calendar. Holi is most known to be celebrated after the full moon in the month of Falguna. This year, it was celebrated on March 28th and 29th. Some people in the Hindu religion celebrate the festival of Holi as another act of worship or acknowledgement to Lord Krishna, who is known as the god of love and devotion. He liked to play with colors and waters with his gopiyas. Gopiyas were Lord Krishna's close followers. Some definitions even say that they were the wives of Lord Krishna. The most common way to celebrate this holiday is through the Festival of Colors. There are festivals all over the world where they will throw dye powder up in the air to cover all the people with their bright colors. Another way it is known to celebrate is through a bonfire, like we saw in the legend story. They would build a huge bonfire and use the ash to mark and color their faces. Nowadays, most people just color their faces with dye powder and joyfully march around the town, making special acknowledgement to the message, good triumphs all evil, good always wins. This is the Festival of Holi being celebrated in London, UK, which we can see is another place different than India. In conclusion, the Festival of Holi is mainly celebrated as a day of celebration, that good always wins. But in some places, it is also celebrated as an act of worship. to a little g God, meaning not the one true God, Jesus Christ. This festival is fun to see all the colors and end up covered in chalk by the end of the day. With COVID, this festival was a little different. Most areas were actually banned from having a public festival, but I'm sure that those who actually believed in what they were celebrating found a good way to celebrate. Good triumphs evil every time. Thank you.